Fuller, so I'm glad everybody's here. Just a quick recap. If you were here last week, you know it was a lot more positional, went very slow. This week's going to go a little bit faster, but if at any time you get lost, just stop, watch what's happening, and get back in the flow. If you get tired, need a break, take a break. If you need to sit down, stand up, lay down, it doesn't matter. It's your practice. I just offer the suggestions, and if anything doesn't feel right, physically or emotionally, whatever it may be, just take a break. It's absolutely cool. We're going to flow more this class, so we're going to be moving with our breath. I would just ask everybody to keep in mind the two rules with the class. First is always breathe. So if you're in a pose and you have to hold your breath, come out of the pose until you can breathe. That's the most important thing. Everything else we do in here is just fluff to surround the breathing, but the breath is the most important thing we're going to do. The second rule is do not ever compare yourself to anybody else in this room. I know there's people in here who are more flexible than I am. Wonderful. Their practice looks different than mine, and that's how it's supposed to be. Our practice here is from our body inward. As soon as we start comparing ourselves with the person next to us, we've just defeated the purpose of even being here. Then your ego gets in the way, and then you start getting competitive, and then you end up hurting yourself, and that's the last thing we want. So just pay attention to when we get into challenging pose, breathing through it. That's also kind of the point of being in here. How do we challenge our body physically and be able to breathe through it, calm ourselves down, and move on? And then we can take that skill out of here. So today's setup will be, we'll do our asana flow. So our movement part, we'll do a little breath work after we do our asana, and then we'll have a meditation at the very end. So we want to hit those three aspects of our yoga practice in here over the next hour. Anybody have any questions or anything before we get started? All right then, let's do it. So I just ask you to sit up nice and tall, hands on your knees, thighs. I'm just going to kneel because I don't have a block and I like to sit on a block. So whatever's most comfortable for you, head over your heart, heart over your hips. So sitting up alert but not stiff. So just imagine you're trying to put some space between your vertebrae, so you're sitting up nice and tall. Pull your shoulders back, let your shoulders drop down and away from your ears. Relax your jaw muscle. Relax your eyelids. Relax the area between your eyebrows. And just for a little bit, really focus on your in-breath and your out-breath. Breathing in through the nose. As you breathe in, let your belly expand. So really let your belly relax as you breathe in. That helps activate our parasympathetic nervous system and really starts to bring things down. And then also exhale through the nose. If you're comfortable closing your eyes, just keep them closed. Notice how your breath feels. You feel it going in through your nose. Is it cool, warm? How does it feel as it enters? And then breathing out, can you feel your breath in your chest, your stomach, your nose? Again, dropping the shoulders away from the ears, relaxing everything, and just breathing for a few breaths. If your eyes are closed, you can flutter your eyes open. We're going to go ahead and come into a tabletop position. So, shoulders over our wrists, hips over our knees. And I'd ask you just to go ahead and move your hands a little bit, maybe 4 inches out in front of your shoulders. We're going to do a little bit of movement with our breath. We're going to go from tabletop into child's pose with our breath. So take a nice deep breath in through your nose. And as you breathe out, just push your hips back towards your heels into child's pose. Breathe in, tabletop. Breathe out, child's pose. Breathe in, tabletop. Breathe out, child's pose. One more time, breathing into tabletop. Exhale, child's pose, and we'll be here for a few breaths. So once you get into child's pose, make sure that your head is resting on something, either the mat, if it will get there, or if you have a block and you want to put a block under your forehead, or you can bring your arms in and just stack your fists on top of each other and rest your head on your fists. We just don't want your C-spine to support the full weight of your head right now. So just let it relax down and really focus in on breathing into your lower back. It may sound silly, but just imagine as you breathe in that your lumbar region is expanding as you breathe. So really drawing your breath deep, still letting your belly expand on your in-breath. Inhale, come back up to tabletop. And as we exhale, we're just going to come down into our bellies. Top of your feet on your mat. Hands underneath your shoulders. We're going to move into baby cobra with our breath. So with baby cobra, we don't use our hands. We just use our back strength to lift our chest a little bit. It doesn't have to be very high. So breathe in and lift your chest. Breathe out, relax. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, relax. This time, breathe in, lift your chest and your right leg. Breathe out, relax. Breathe in, chest and left leg. Breathe out, relax. This time we'll do both legs. Breathing in and out. One more time, both legs. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathe in, we'll push back into tabletop. We're going to move with our breath from tabletop to child's pose, back to tabletop, and then to downward facing dog. Remember, in down dog, bend your knees as much as you need to. And if you're unsure what down dog is, if this is your first class, just kind of watch what other people do and then catch back in. We're going to do this several times, so no pressure at all. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, child's pose. Keep that flow going. Inhale, back up. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, back up. Exhale, downward facing dog, and we're going to be here for a few breaths. So maybe pedal your feet out. Wiggle your hips if you need to wiggle your hips, just whatever feels right. But above all, focusing on our breath. In through the nose, out through the nose. Take a deep breath in and look up to your hands. Exhale, walk or step up to the top of your mat. Bend your knees generously into forward fold. As you inhale, bring your hands to your legs, flatten your back, halfway lift. Exhale, once again, bend your knees and fold. Inhale, sweep your arms out wide. Bring your arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Excellent. So kind of get set here. We're going to do several of those again. That's a half sun salutation. We're going to do 5 of those, just to kind of get in the rhythm, get in the flow with your breath. So breathing in, sweep your arms down and up overhead. Exhale, swan dive down, bend your knees generously as your hands come down. Inhale, hands to legs, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees and fold. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, hands sweep down, then up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Nice job. A few more of those. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, fold. Always bend your knees if you need to. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms all the way up. Exhale, heart center. Inhale, hands up overhead. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, heart center. One more. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Nice job. Okay, we're going to continue with that flow. And now we're going to end up coming down to the ground and doing some down dogs and some lunges and just do a little more work, but it's all going to be with our breath. So inhale, hands up overhead again. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. From here, we're going to inhale, step back to plank. Exhale, lower all the way down to the ground. Keep your elbows tight to your body. Inhale, cobra or baby cobra, whatever feels good. Exhale, we're going to go into downward facing dog. If it's available to you, you can inhale and just lift your left leg for a couple of breaths. Deep breath in. And we're going to step our left leg up to the top of the mat. It may take you a couple steps. You may need to lift your leg and carry it up there. It's all fine. Just get there however you can. Top of the right foot on the mat. Check our alignment, left knee over left ankle. My hips facing the short edge of my mat. Shoulders down and away from my ears. Going to get a little flow. We're going to breathe in, bring our hands up overhead. Breathe down, breathe. We're going to put our hands on our mat, lift our right knee, runner's lunge. Inhale, drop your knee, hands up. Exhale, hands down, lift your right knee. Inhale, knee down, hands up. Exhale, hands down, knee up. Inhale, knee down, hands up, and hold. So again, checking your alignment, just taking a quick peek down. Your left knee is over your left ankle. Hips are squared up to the short edge of the mat. You can turn your pinkies in just a little bit. Just imagine you're going to take a ball and throw it backwards over your head. So you'd have your pinkies turned in to hold the ball. And always paying attention to our shoulder blades. Make sure that they're pulled down and back from your ears. Good. We'll take another deep breath in. And as you exhale, keep your knee down on the mat, but just sweep your hands back, palms forward, and pinch your shoulder blades together. So really opening up through the chest, palms forward, fingertips wide, really taking up space with your hands. Deep breath in, hands up overhead. Exhale, hands down. Lift your right knee. Inhale, step back to plank. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, cobra or baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. It's available to you. Breathe in. You can lift your right leg up. One more deep breath in. And step your right foot up to the top of your mat. Drop your left knee down. Top of the left foot on your mat. Right knee over right ankle. Hips squared up at the short edge of the mat. Breathing in, bring our hands up overhead. Exhale, hands down, left knee up for runner's lunge. Inhale, knee comes down, hands come up. Exhale, hands come down, knee raises. Inhale, knee down, hands up. One more time, exhale, hands down, knee up. Inhale, knee down, hands up and hold. Pinkies turned in, shoulders pulled down, looking slightly up. Don't crank your neck way back. Just looking slightly up about just past your pinkies. Breath in. Exhale, just sweep your hands back, palms forward, shoulder blades together. Shoulders down from your ears still. Nice deep breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. Deep breath in, hands up overhead. Exhale, hands come down, left knee raises. Inhale, step back to plank. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, cobra or baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in, look up to your thumbs. Then exhale, walk or step up to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands all the way up overhead. And exhale, hands to heart center. Good job. If you want to release and kind of shake all that out. Good job. Really good job, everybody. So, we're going to do something similar. We're going to, if you remember from last class, we did Warrior 2. If you're not familiar with what Warrior 2 is, I'm going to demonstrate all that as we go, so you'll see it again, but we're going to do a Warrior series with our breath. So we're going to set up the same way. So just getting up to the top of our mat. Really pressing through the soles of our feet. You can even see if you can lift your toes up. That way we're sure that we're using the soles of our feet on our mat. Imagine you can tear the mat between your legs. So pulling your feet apart as they sit on your mat. Very active through the legs. Hands to heart center, shoulders back and down. Take a moment just to catch your breath. Nice deep breath in through the nose, out through the nose. All right, so let's get flowing. We're going to breathe in, bring our hands, sweep them down, up overhead. Exhale, swan dive down, bend your knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower, elbows tight to your body. Inhale, cobra, baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. You can lift your left leg. We'll hold that up for a couple of breaths. If not, that's fine. Deep breath in. And step your left leg through as you exhale to the top of your mat. Keep your right knee raised. This is going to take some balance, so just get here however you can. We're just going to, as we breathe in, lift our hands up overhead for crescent pose. And as I exhale, I'm going to take my right foot, turn it flat, and open my arms out to warrior two. So bending deeply into our left leg, pushing hard through the blade of my right foot, arms horizontal. You might look down and see if you can see your left big toe. If you can't see your left big toe, just try to open your left thigh a little bit until you can see your big toe. Torso straight, looking over my left finger. So this is warrior two. We're going to move with our breath here. As we breathe in, straighten your left leg, bring your hands up overhead. Exhale, bend your left leg, warrior two. Inhale, straighten your leg, hands up. Exhale, warrior two. Good, one more time. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, warrior two. All right, from warrior two, we're going to bring our left forearm to our left thigh. We're not going to collapse on that. You can always put your hand on your thigh too. This is just here for stability. We don't want to collapse and put all of our weight into this arm. It's just kind of a guide. We're going to take our right hand and just extend it forward for extended side angle. You can use this arm for a little bit of leverage to open up your chest. Just be here for a couple of breaths. Nice job, everybody. So we'll come back to warrior two. You're going to start feeling some heat building up in your leg. That's yoga double talk for whatever it is, burning. We'll take our right hand to our right hip. Flip your left palm up and just bring your left arm up and overhead for reverse warrior. Trying to keep our left knee bent. Our lower body, our goal is to have it not move as we do these transitions. So our lower body remains fixed while our upper body moves. Come back to warrior two. Now we're just going to move with our breath from one pose to the next. So we're going to inhale, left forearm, left thigh, extended side angle. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, right hand to right hip, reverse warrior. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, left forearm, left thigh, right arm out. Exhale, warrior two. Doing great, we're almost there. Right hand, right hip as we inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, warrior two. One more round and then we're going to get to move this leg. Inhale, left forearm, left thigh. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, cartwheel your arms down to your mat. Come up on your right toes. Doing great. Everybody's doing awesome. Big transitions. So left foot forward, right foot back. Going to breathe in and step back to plank. Exhale, we're going to lower down. Inhale, baby cobra or cobra. Then exhale, downward facing dog. Remember, it's always okay to take a break. Always okay to take a break. Inhale, right foot up. Exhale, step your right foot through. Go ahead and get yourself set. Again, may not be pretty. We're just going to come up however we can as we breathe in. It's going to lift our torso, hands up overhead for crescent pose. Deep breath in. Exhale, swivel your left foot flat. Bring your arms out to parallel. Right knee bent deeply. For warrior two on the other side. Excellent. Gets confusing, it's all right. Right, left, we don't really care. As long as we're in here, right? All right, so we're going to do the same motion with our breath where we just straighten this leg and bring our arms up overhead. So breathing in, straighten your right leg, hands up. Breathing out, bend your right knee, warrior two. Breathing in, straighten your leg, hands up. Breathing out, warrior two. Nice. One more time. Inhale, straighten your leg, hands up. Exhale, warrior two. Nice. Right forearm to right thigh. Left arm goes up and out. Extended side angle. Be here for a few breaths again. In through the nose, out through the nose. If you're holding your breath, just come out of the pose. It's not a big deal. Inhale, back to warrior two. Left hand to left hip. Right palm flips up. Right arm comes back overhead for reverse warrior. Back to warrior two. We're almost there. When we get done with this, we're going to get on the mat and lay down for a little bit. Unless somebody objects. All right, so take a nice deep breath in. Let it out. Breathing in, right forearm to right thigh. Left arm out. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, left hand, left hip. Reverse your warrior. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, right forearm, right thigh. Left arm up and out. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, warrior two. One more set, almost there. Inhale, right forearm, right thigh. Extended side angle. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, left hand, left hip, reverse warrior. Exhale, bring both hands back down to the mat. Come up on your left toes. Get set, we're going to inhale, step back to plank. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, baby cobra or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a really deep breath in through your nose. As you exhale, just lower down onto your knees. All right, just come into tabletop. Nice job, by the way. Very good job, everybody. Let's just push back into child's pose again. Take a little break. Hit the pause button, catch our breath. Have your head resting on something again. Knees out wide. Fingertips clawing into the mat, so very active through our hands. Once again, focus on your breath. Come back to your breath all the time. In through the nose, out through the nose. Breathing in, your belly expands. Breathing out, your belly relaxes. Breathe in, we'll come back up to tabletop. And then we'll just roll over onto our butts. Come onto your backs. And maybe work your way up so you can feel so your head's up at the top of your mat. I'm going to bring my shins parallel to the ground. My feet are active. I'm pulling my toes back. So very active through my feet. Hands on my knees or my thighs, wherever's comfortable. I'm going to take a deep breath in through my nose. As I exhale, I just pull my knees in towards my belly. Inhale, back out with shins parallel to the ground. Exhale, pull my knees into my belly. do a couple more of those at your own pace. So however fast or slow you want to breathe, just keep that motion going. Remember to keep your feet active, your toes pulled back. Then wherever you are, on your next exhale, just pull your knees in and hold. And then just focus on your breath. Toes pulled back, knees pulled in. Just breathing. One more deep breath in. As you exhale, just release the soles of your feet to the ground. Going to work on bridge pose here. If you have a block, it can be useful to put a block between your knees. We want to try and keep our legs together as we do bridge. There's a tendency for our legs to open up, and we really want to focus on the right muscles, so putting a block between your legs can help you do that. All we do with bridge pose is you get your feet solidly on your mat, your knees up. I like to lift my toes to make sure that I'm pushing through the soles of my feet and through my heels. Palms face down on the mat next to your body. If you want, you can even grab a hold of the edges of the sides of your mat if you need that for leverage. It's perfectly fine. Try and snuggle your shoulder blades up underneath your body so that your chest is really forward. And as we breathe in, we just lift our hips up towards the ceiling. So breathe in, lift your hips. Breathe out, relax. Excellent. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, relax. Breathe in, bridge. Breathe out, relax. Do that one more time, except this time we're going to breathe in, bridge, and hold. Just going to be here for a few breaths. Lifting our hips up towards the ceiling, knees together. Always breathing. Take one gigantic breath in through your nose. Exhale, release, let your hips come back down to the ground. Brush your right ankle over your left knee. If you have more experience and you want to do a thread the needle pose on this, if you know what that is, you can feel free to thread the needle as we stretch our leg here. Otherwise, I'm just going to take my right hand and put it on my right femur, just below the knee. I'm going to try and extend my right arm just to push on my right leg and open up my right hip a little bit. I'm going to pull my right toes back so that they're very active. Just breathe into that. Relax your right arm, take the pressure off your leg, and just allow your right leg to cross all the way over your left. So a really deep leg cross here. Lift your hips up off your mat and just slide them a couple of inches to the right. So you're going to be slightly out of alignment, but once we do our twist here, your body will be back in alignment. So hips just a little bit off to the right. I like to open my arms out into a T position next to my body. Take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, just let your legs fall over to the left. Really deep twist. Your legs may not move very far at all. That's absolutely fine. Doesn't matter how far your legs go, you're going to feel this. Now pay attention to your right shoulder. If your right shoulder is still on the mat, you're in good shape. But if your right shoulder has come off the mat, it means you've twisted too far. So just come out of the twist until your right shoulder blade touches the mat again. And that's your limit. We just want to keep both shoulder blades on our mat. In through the nose, out through the nose. Don't fight the twist, just try and relax into it. Inhale, knees can come back up. Scoot your hips back to the middle of your mat. Uncross your legs. Just going to repeat on the other side. So left ankle on top of right knee. Left hand just below my left knee on my femur. I'm just going to gently push away. Opening my hip a little bit. Active toes, so pulling my left toes back towards my knee. Nice deep breaths. Cooling everything down now. And relax your left arm. Cross your left leg all the way over. Arms out to our T. Scoot your hips just a couple of inches to the left. Deep breath in through the nose, let your belly fill. Exhale, your knees fall to the right. One side's probably going to be looser than the other. That's normal. Once your knees come over, just try and relax a little bit. And now check your left shoulder. Make sure that your left shoulder blade is still touching your mat. If not, just come out of the pose until it does. Breathing deep in through the nose, belly expands. Out through the nose, belly relaxes. Inhale, come bring your knees back up. Hips come back to the center. Uncross your legs. Bring our shins back to parallel to the mat. So we're going to lift our feet off the mat. Shins parallel, hands on our knees or our thighs. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Bring your thighs in towards your chest and hold. One final stretch here. On your next in-breath, see if you can lift your head up towards your knees. So get into a little ball if you can. If not, just continue to focus on your breath. One more deep breath in through the nose. As you exhale, release everything out. Left foot towards the left corner of your mat, right foot towards the lower right corner. Snuggle your shoulder blades up underneath your body. Take your arms just a little bit away from your body with the palms up. This is our final resting pose of Savasana. This can be a difficult pose because we like to do things. We don't like to lay still. And our mind wants to wander and go everywhere. Just encourage you to focus on your breath. Get all the wiggles out. If you have any itches, see if you can take 3 breaths before you try and scratch. And try and hold as still as we can. Just for a few minutes, focus on your breath and relax. If you want to close your eyes, you can close your eyes if that helps you relax. we finish up our Savasana, just go ahead and bring your thoughts back into your body. They may have wandered off. Just come back into the room. Stay laying down, but just come back to your breath. In through the nose, out through the nose. Paying particular attention to let your belly expand as you breathe in. It's really important. It helps pull down on the vagus nerve. It helps activate the parasympathetic response. Helps bring everything down. Slows our heart rate, lowers blood pressure. It's really important we expand our belly as we breathe in through the nose. Just let it relax as you breathe out. If you're comfortable with it, you can put one hand on your belly and one hand on your chest. We're going to do a little breathing exercise. I'm going to count it off. We're going to breathe in for a 4 count. We're going to hold for a little bit, just for a couple of counts. And we're going to breathe out for 4, hold briefly, and we're going to repeat that cycle, but every time we exhale, we're going to exhale for 1 count longer. So as you breathe in, really make sure you take a nice deep breath in through your nose so you can fill yourself up with air, okay? So relax, shoulders snuggled up underneath of our body. Going to get ready, take a nice deep breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. Out, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold. In, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. Out, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold. In, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. Out, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold. In, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. Out, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold. In, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. Out, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose. Deep, 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 deep. Really breathe the air in. And then exhale, sigh it all out through your mouth. Just really let everything relax. Then as you're ready, we can come back up to a seated position. Take your time if you want to roll over onto your side and take a few breaths in fetal position before you sit all the way back up. That's fine. No rush to get back up here. We have plenty of time. Just take a minute to get situated. Am I doing okay? Good class so far. We're just going to finish up with a little meditation, okay? If you've never meditated before, it's super simple. You can breathe, you can meditate, all right? Simple as that. So hopefully we're all planning on doing that, so we should be good to go. Just have my phone here for my timer. So sit up nice and tall, just like we did to start the class. Head over your heart over your hips. Hands resting wherever's comfortable for you. Lap, thighs, knees, wherever. You want to be alert but not stiff. Breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. Belly expands on the in-breath. Some people find it helpful to close their eyes as they meditate. So really focus on your breath and notice how your breath feels as it enters your body. Where do you feel it? Pay really special attention to that. Do you feel it in your nostrils? Do you feel it in the back of your throat? Do you feel it in your chest? And how does it feel? How do you know you're feeling it there? Then as you breathe out, notice the same things. You may not feel your out breath in the same place that you feel your in breath. So really notice where you feel it, how it feels. For the next couple of minutes, that's all I want you to do. Just to breathe and notice how it feels. and out through the nose. Noticing how it feels, letting our shoulders relax, jaw relax, eyebrow relax. Next, we're going to expand our focus a little bit. So your mind has probably wandered just in that 1.5 to 2 minutes we've been sitting here. That's normal. So what I want to do now is I still want you to focus on how your breath feels as it enters and leaves your body. But now, if you notice your thoughts have wandered off, don't get upset about it, don't get frustrated. Just use that as an opportunity to say to yourself, return to breath, and then come back and notice how your breath feels. Even if you have to do that 100 times a minute, it's okay. Don't get upset about it. Just thoughts have wandered, back to my breath, and then notice how your breath feels. So let's try that for 1 minute to 1.5 minutes. Still sitting up nice and tall, shoulders down away from our ears, all of your face relaxed, in through the nose, out through the nose. Thoughts have wandered, return to breath. Many times as you need to do it. We're going to move on to the third and final part of the meditation. Still going to do both of the things that we've been doing. So still focusing on how your breath feels as it enters and leaves your body. Still noticing when your thoughts have wandered off to capture those and come back to your breath. And the third part, at the same time with those other two things, what I'd like for you to do is silently, as you breathe in, just say to yourself, breathing in. And as you breathe out, silently say to yourself, breathing out. Breathing in through the nose, belly expands, out through the nose, belly relaxes. Breathing in, breathing out. Thoughts have wandered, come back to breath. Breathing in, breathing out. So come back to the room. just gonna have you take 3 deep breaths, just all together as a class. So take a deep breath in through your nose, really let your belly expand, and breathe out through the nose. Get all that air out, really empty out. Breathe in through the nose. Really let your belly expand, breathing in, deep down. Exhale through the nose, let it all go. Empty yourself out. One more time, really deep breath in through the nose. Deepest breath you've taken all morning. Hold it for just a second. Let it all go through the mouth. If your eyes are closed, you can flutter your eyes back open. That rounds out the class. Thanks everybody for being here.